everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we have September's TBR to be rolled. So this is the TBR game that I've been playing almost every single month for the last like 3.5, this is our 4th year. And this is how we're gonna pick my TBR. All the different colors on this die correspond to a different way of picking my TBR for the month. So red is somebody else is gonna pick my TBR. Orange is my 25 books to read in 2025. Yellow is for genre, age group, or format of book. Green is for challenges. This is one of my absolute favorites, one that I would not be mad at if we somehow got all green for 1 month. Blue is poll picks, so that'd be like you specifically picking out of a group of books. And then purple is for vlogs this year. So if a purple comes up, we will have different types of vlogs, and I will have to read and vlog those in the month. Now, last month, we would normally go through everything that I had for my TBR. I did a pile of possibilities instead. We did not actually pick and play the TBR game because I was in a reading slump near the end of July. I only read 2 books in July, and so I was like, I have no idea what I even want to read, what I want to do. I'm happy to report that because I did the pile of possibilities, I read 11 books. Like, I'm on my 11th book right now. We still have a few more days left in the month. 11 books in the month of August, which means I am officially back on track. My computer has been off track recently, which I've had some like YouTube shorts and I've posted a little bit on Instagram about. So I haven't been posting as much lately. I have 2 vlogs actually that I need to push out to you. One of them I had most of the way edited and then my computer died and I did not have it backed up. I think it was just because of the way I was in the middle of editing and so it just did not back up. So I have to like re-edit that. Now that I've gotten my computer back, the fan is also super loud and annoying and needs to be replaced. So I should be able to use it in the meantime, but not as like nicely as I would have liked. So I am going to be pushing those videos out probably after this one because this one it's now time to post my TBR. But yes. I've had some issues in the month. We've had a great reading month. I will be adding $1 for every book that I read in the month, so $11 more is gonna go into what I've been saving for the year. I don't remember exactly what number we're on. I will post it on the screen if I can find it, but we are well over $100 now, which is great. That is how much I've been saving so far this year. And so because I didn't really have a TBR last month, we don't really have exact books. You guys will have to wait for the wrap up for that, but we do have some things going on in the month of September. So first things first, it is the next 30 and 30 manga challenge, which is hosted by Isabel from Happy for Now, Shay from Shay Geeks Out, and Ashley from Realm of Kid Lit Comics. I will leave them all linked down below. But basically, the goal is to try to read 30 volumes of manga in 30 days. They have some other challenges as well. Last time we did this, I think I hit like 20 something, so not 30, but pretty darn good. But then the time before that, which would have been September last year, I was over 30. So I have some manga on my TBR I would like to get to. I have some other manga series that I'm currently in the middle of reading from my library that I would like to get to. I will probably not be adding them to this TBR necessarily, but I will be attempting to read as much manga as I can in the month of September anyway. And then it is also time for the next Magical Readathon. So I did complete my Magical Readathon TBR in April of this year. And this year I'm going for Hearthkeeper, which is like one of the new careers that you could go for. It's one that I feel fits my life currently very well, and was not too hard. So in order to complete this month for the Magical Readathon, it looks like I have 5 prompts that I need to complete. I need to get a D in alchemy, which is distinguished. So in order to do that, we actually have to get an ordinary or an O. For that one, I need to read a book with a sun on the cover. I'm going to be attempting to do these in today's TBR as well, but just so you guys know, I need to also get a Q or a qualified in alchemy. I need to read a book that has the cover in the same color as my birth month flower, which is January, which is carnation. On the chart that G had up for it, it was like pink. I know carnations come in multiple different colors, but I did look it up, and here's like a chart that I found. They do mostly come in like pinks, corals, reds, like those more warm colors. So I am going to be sticking to that for whatever book we have for this prompt. And then for D, which is distinguished for alchemy, I do need to read an auto by author. I do have a few of those, so hopefully that'll be easy enough to pick from. Then I also need to get an O or an ordinary in spells and incantations. For this one, we have to roll a D6 dice. And based on the number that pops up, that's going to be page number the book has to have. So if I roll a 1, the book has to be anywhere from 0 to 100 pages. If I roll a 2, it has to be from 101 to 200 pages. If it's a 3, from 201 to 300 pages, etc., etc. So when we get to that, we will also roll that and see what it has to be. And then finally, I also need to get an O or ordinary in restoration, which is to read a book that is only a single point of view. So again, we will be trying our darndest to get those in. And I think because I'm going to be adding those prompts onto the ones that we roll, I'm probably going to roll 5 times. My kids are going to help me, and they're adamant that they're doing 6, because usually we do like go back and forth. And so we're going to do, I guess, 6. 5 of them will have to double match with those Orilium Academy TBR prompts. And then I guess we'll have 1 extra one just to fit in. That way they each have a turn to roll the dice. And I think that is all we really need to talk about. So yeah, I'm going to be rolling the dice, or I guess the kids will. And then when we pick our cards to figure out exactly like what books we're going to be reading, what prompts we have, I'm going to be combining them in some way with the Orilium ones, except for maybe 1. That's what we got. So without further ado, let's get into it. Roll number 1. Oh, it's
Purple.
purple. Okay, roll number 1 is purple. That means it's going to be a vlog. Ready? Purple cards. Which one do you want? From the bottom. Okay. Let's see. Okay. It says 25 in 2025. I have been bad about making sure we've been doing our 25 books in 2025. So what this means is I'm going to be filming a 25 books to read in 2025 vlog this month in September, and I will put it out for us in September. At least 1 book needs to be in that 25 books to read in 2025 vlog. I'll probably try and read more than that. If we get another purple, it's going to be added to this vlog. We'll see what happens, but hopefully that'll encourage me to read some 25 books to read in 2025. Because we have this, and I don't really know which one I'm going to read for this, I'm going to skip my Magical Readathon prompt, and we'll hopefully just have the next 5 as one of those. Roll number 2. Oh, it's... Oh. It's...
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay, roll number 2 is yellow. Okay, so we have yellow cards that are related to age group of book, genre of book, and format of book, and Presley is here to pick it. Which one do you want?
Bottom.
A bottom for you as well.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's the bottom one right there. You got it? What does it say? What does it say?
Middle grade.
Middle grade. Okay, so that means we need to pick a middle grade book, and I'm going to try and be fitting it with one of the Magical Readathon prompts. Okay, this one was hard to find a middle grade because I am now pretty much having to find something that is also going to fit my Magical Readathon TBR. So I needed to have something with a sun on the cover. I needed to have something that was my birth flower color, which we talked about being more like pink, peach, red toned. We also could find an auto by author, which I don't have any middle grade auto by authors. I could roll a D6, which I think I'm going to save for something else. And then I also could have a single point of view, which is sometimes hard to tell, but I didn't want anything that was going to be like 3rd person point of view, unless I could guarantee that it was like following one person versus omniscient, which is hard to tell. So I think I found one that I'm going to say has the sun on the cover, which is The Forgotten Five Map of Flames by Lisa McMahon. The actual title of The Forgotten Five, the O looks like a sun to me. And it's also on the spine, which is what I saw first when I was going through my stuff. And so I feel like that will fit. It has a sun on the cover in some way, middle grade fantasy. This is what we're going with. I actually don't remember much about this. I've had it for a little while. It says 15 years ago, 8 supernatural criminals fled Estero City to make a new life in an isolated tropical hideout. Over time, 7 of them disappeared without a trace, presumed captured or killed, and now the remaining one has died. Left behind to fend for themselves are the criminals' 5 children, Birdie, Brix, Seven, Tenor, and Cabot, each with superpowers of their own. After her father's death, Birdie finds a map among his things that leads to a secret stash, and a note. Go to Estero, find your mother, and give her the map. So we're going to be following these 5, I guess the forgotten 5, middle grade fantasy. Definitely going with this one. Roll number 3. Better. It's green. Okay, roll number 3 is green. These are challenge prompts and I'm so excited. We're up from the top. What does that one say? It says highest rated. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up my Goodreads with my TBR books and we're gonna look at the top highest rated. It does not have to be like the top highest rated, but within like the first 5 or so, and see if I can fit anything onto the prompts that I need. Let's see. Okay, going into my TBR, going by the average rating, we have a lot of comics and manga, and I don't think I want those right now. Like, I feel like an easy choice would be Witch Hat because I want to read more manga, obviously for September, but I actually don't know if it would fit any of the prompts that I need. So I'm gonna try and do books. So let's just read through some of like the top novels that are here. We have Her Best Friend's Wedding by Christine Rimmer. We have Heart Song by TJ Klune, which is Green Creek number 3. I haven't read number 2 because I also see number 4 on here, Brother Song. We have The Angel Room by Lee Call. The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson, The Green Mile by Stephen King, A Firefighter's Hidden Truth by Tara Taylor Quinn. I don't want to go too far down. The Raven Scholar by Antonia Hodgson. Vultures by Chuck Wendig. That's the last book of Miriam Black. I'm not there yet. And then like Fantasy of Freedom by Kelly St. Clair. That's the last book I have in the Tainted Accords. None of these are necessarily auto by authors for me, except for like TJ Klune pretty much, but I'm not to those books yet. Okay, let me see if I can maybe either do like, I don't know, the page number 1 or the single point of view one. Let me go take a look at these and be back. Okay, so I think I'm going with this one. I know it was like one of the furthest down on this list, but it still has a 4.44. Like, I feel like that's pretty high up there. It's the last book in the Tainted Accord series. I own all of them except for, I think, number 3, because I got these used. I was reading them on ebook, and I've been really enjoying them. I gave the first one like a 4 or 4.5. I gave the second one about the same. The third one that I read, I gave a full 5. Like, I was absolutely loving it. They're very fantasy heavy, but the third one was bringing in that romance as well. The first 2 books are a little bit different from each other, but the third one bridged that gap between them as well. Like, I was really loving it. And this, when I first looked, it does start with so this is going to be a point of view with one person. I don't think it changes at all, especially because the other ones didn't. It was all one point of view, one character. We're going to go with this one. The last book in the Tainted Accord series, which is Fantasy of Freedom by Kelly St. Clair. This is an indie book that I've really enjoyed the series. So I also don't think it's too long. Where is this? Like just under 300 pages. Definitely doing this. Roll number 4. Oh.
Blue.
Blue!
Yes!
You're right! Okay, and roll number 4 is blue, which means a pole pick.
Does that mean another color?
Right, so this is going to have different colors on there because we're going to pick this first, and then it'll tell us what other cards to pick, because then they get to vote on what book we're actually reading. Yeah? Okay, so blue cards first. Pick from wherever you want. Top. Okay. What does it say?
Green!
Ooh, okay, we like the challenge cards. So we have green. Now that means you get to also pick a green card. This is going to be the category that people get to vote on. From the top again. Okay, what does it say?
Buzzword.
Oh, okay. Buzzword. I need to see what the buzzword is for September. So we have a buzzword reading challenge, which is like a word or something in the title. And then we also have a cover challenge. I'm going to look at both to see what we have because I really don't remember. So for September, okay, events, something specific, time specific. So like vacation, party, birthday, wedding, retreat, prom. I would say anything like that. We probably have stuff like that. But what was the cover challenge as well? So we need either event in the title or foliage on the cover. Okay, that could also be good. Any sort of foliage, plant life. Plus it needs to somehow fit with the other things that we're doing. Okay, let me take a look. Okay, so I think I'm gonna be going with foliage because I'm pretty sure I have more things with foliage on them. Although if we find some events, we'll see because I'm gonna go grab stuff. But I'm also going to do my D6 roll for page number because I feel like that might give us the biggest amount of variety. So I'm gonna do that. We'll see how many pages it needs to have, and then I'm gonna pick some things for you guys to vote on. Okay, here's the D6 that we are going to use for the prompt of the page number. So for one of our books, we have to have page number and 5. So this means it has to be anywhere from 401 to 500 pages. Okay, I picked 4 books that all have foliage because I was right, that was the easiest. But also, you guys saw the D6 roll. We have a 5, which means it has to be between 401 and 500 pages, which I actually think is a pretty good amount. So, like I said, I have 4 things here. The first one I have is The Fandom by Anna Day. We have thorn branches all over. I think this is going to work. From what I remember, because I've had this for a long time now, this is about someone who gets transported into like a fandom, like they are a fan of the stuff and they get transported in there, and it should be dark. The back says exactly 1 week from today I will hang for my friends, my family, and above all else, love. This is YA, and this is just over 401 pages at 402. The next one I have here, I just picked up recently, like not this weekend, but last weekend. We have The Bones Beneath My Skin by TJ Klune. Like I mentioned, this is an autobiography for me, but so far has not shown up anywhere else. This one is showing up at 416 pages. Obviously, we have a bunch of like trees and green grass hills and stuff. From my understanding, this is an indie book from TJ Klune that then got picked up as a traditional published book. And I don't remember a ton of this. The tagline on the front says, "There's nothing more human than a broken heart." The next one that I picked up is The Bridge Kingdom by Danielle L. Jensen. This is going to be like romantasy, right? It is sitting at 430 pages. And as you can see, we have lots of, again, vines and flowers and stuff, lots of foliage. I love this cover so much. I have not read this, but again, it was originally indie and then it was picked up to be traditionally published, and I've been wanting to read it since then. So here's another one. And then I wanted to give you guys 4 books to vote on this time. So the last one I have here is Earth Flown by Frances Wren. This is 455 pages. This is the Rainbow Crate edition. It is gorgeous. It has illustrations in here as well, and this is going to be some sort of like sci-fi, dystopian, I don't know, climate sort of thing. I really don't know much else, but it is gorgeous. Again, lots of like flowers and lots of foliage. So these are the 4 books that you have to vote on. I will leave the poll on my Instagram stories right around the time this video goes live, although you can also comment down below. I have had times in the past where the comments down below pushed me to one book versus another because otherwise it was pretty much tied. So definitely vote somewhere. But we have 4 different books that are all between 401 and 500 pages, as well as having the cover buzzword prompt for foliage on the cover. Roll number 5. Oh,
Blue again?
blue again. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, and then roll number 5 is another blue. Ready? Elliot, you ready to pick a blue?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you gonna go?
Yeah.
That's left.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Left. Okay. What does it say? Oh, it says green. Did you want to show the camera?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Green again.
I know. Green again. Okay. Thank you. Do you want to pick a green card?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We have our green cards too. Ready? This is going to be the category for the books to vote on. Again. Ready? Which one? Right that time? Okay. What does it say? A number generator. Okay. So this, I'm going to generate a number. I need to pick if it's going to be like letters in the title or words in the title, but we're going to generate a number, and then the books are supposed to fit that.
Me.
That'll be interesting. Okay. Okay. I'm going to pull up a number generator right here. I think I'm going to go minimum 1, maximum 7, because I feel like a lot of my titles are quite low, but I do want the option to have it generate a bigger number. When I first pulled up the number generator, it was between 1 and 10, and it already had 6 on there, so that is not the number I generated. But we're gonna do number of words in the title for this one. Generate 2. Okay, all the books that you guys are gonna vote on have to only have 2-word titles. Let's see. Okay, so I also picked 4. I'm using my Carnation Birth Flower color one for this. And again, there's going to be 4 books that you guys can vote on. They are all 2-word titles. So, first thing I have here is Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. This is going to be adult romance, obviously. And I feel like it has very similar colors to the different carnations. We have that like pinky, peachy, orangey color. There are ones that can be on this more yellow spectrum as well. So here's the first choice. Going straight into a pink cover, I have Mr. Magic by Kirsten White. This is gonna be more horror thriller-esque, like relating to an old TV show where something happened and the kids are now grown up and have to go back and see. I also have Heroine Worship, again going into that more pinky reddy color. This is the second book in a series about superheroes, where like in the first one our main character had to sort of step up into the superhero shoes when she didn't really have powers, and I find it super funny. Like the very first opening scene is like fighting demon cupcakes, so I definitely need to continue in this series. And then the last one I have here is probably the biggest stretch, even though it is the first one I picked up off the shelves because I desperately want to read it. But it's Game On by Ceresia Glass, another adult romance. This is going to have video game aspects in it. And it is purple. I'm pretty sure you could probably find purple carnations. I'm pretty sure they're there. But also the spine is like, I feel like this is a very common carnation color, like the light pink. So I do think it's gonna fit. And again, you can vote on the story that I'm going to post on my Instagram, or you can vote in the comments down below, but you do have 4 different books here, 2 romance, 1 mystery horror, and 1 sci-fi that is all going to be in those carnation colors. Roll number 6. It's green. And then finally, roll number 6 is another green. We had one earlier, and then obviously we've been picking them during the blues. But this is the challenge cards. These are the ones I like. So, last one that we're gonna do today is green. Pick from wherever you want.
I think I'm gonna pick near the top.
Near the top, but not the exact top. That's good. Let's see. What does it say? So this means less than 300. So I need to find a book that is under 300 pages. Okay, so we need to find a book that is under 300 pages, and the only other thing that I have on this list now is the auto by author. So hopefully that's easy enough to do. Okay, I think I found the perfect one. I did think this was gonna be a little bit hard because I have a few auto by authors, but I wasn't sure I was gonna have anything under 300 pages. But the one that I have here is The Secrets of Blackthorn Hall by Cassandra Clare. Cassandra Clare is 100% an auto by author for me, has been for a while. Like I first bought my first Cassandra Clare when I was a senior in high school. So yeah, this is like 269 pages, so it is under 300 pages. It's part of the Seasons of Shadowhunter Kickstarter that I funded, and we have all the books now, and I have not started reading them, but this is going to be told like in letters. It's set after the Dark Artifices, pretty sure it is, with the Blackthorns and Blackthorn Hall, and it's really, really pretty, but it's going to be like a bunch of art and letters and things, so I feel like this is going to be a very quick and easy one to get into. Like, there are things like that, pictures and stuff. So out of everything I could have picked for auto by author, it had to be Cassandra Clare, 100%. And this one is under 300 pages. I was worried about that. And so that is everything. Again, 2 poll picks for you guys, but besides that, we have The Secrets of Blackthorn Hall, which is going to be my auto by author. We have Fantasy of Freedom, which is for my single point of view. We have Map of Flames, which is for the sun on the cover. And then we will also be reading some of the books that I have for my 25 in 2025 as a vlog. I will probably try to fit more than just 1 book on there, obviously. But so that's 3 books that we know for sure, 3 books that we don't until you guys vote on them. But otherwise, I think this is going to be a good Orilium Readathon. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I do have videos coming out Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so I will see you then. Bye!